All right, everybody, welcome back. We are on day 2 of my Just Declare challenge with the robots. I've done a few of these, but the robot is really good at this in general, and I believe has had an upgrade recently because it's been almost unbeatable sometimes in these sorts of formats because they're so good at just playing the hand and realizing where the cards are. So we're going to do our best, and we have 2 reasonable results on the card already from yesterday. And if you missed yesterday, I have to thank you guys. And once again, we passed 10,000 subscribers late last week, and we're trending towards 2 million total views on this channel. So just want to take a moment to thank you guys and to show you a new tool that you all have. Right now, I'm actually looking at, if I can turn the right way, I'm looking at a challenge I did a few weeks ago, and this was Just Declare 2 from actually quite a while ago. And there's something new on all of my past content. It's something called a Super Thanks. And this is a way that you can actually contribute to myself or any other teachers you see on the site. And this is just to keep all this content coming and keep it free in nature other than an ad or two. So if you feel the need, this is not a requirement, obviously, and something brand new that is a result of having a required number of subscribers, apparently. Feel free to say your thanks with a small donation or just a thank you message to me. But as long as you're subscribed and you're logged in, you will be able to use those tools, and I thank you in advance for any of those that I see. It's just like a super chat, except now you can use it in a pre-recorded lesson and or some sort of content that you really like up there and you want to show your appreciation for. So thanks so much, and let's jump into day 2 of this Just Declare challenge. And here we are looking at an auction, and again, the robots have bid all of our hands for us, right? So here we are literally just being dumped into a contract which they've bid, and notice the opponents bid nothing. They passed everything after our no trump auction. We saw a transfer, and then we found our way to 4 hearts. Don't worry about the auction. You can't change anything, right? And if you spend your time thinking about the auction, you're going to miss the point of thinking about the hand and playing the hand for the best number of tricks. Take a look at this one. Make your plan, and I'm going to jump in and play in just a moment. So first thing you're usually going to look for in a suit contract is, am I going to take any roughs in the shorthand? What I mean by that is you're usually going to see one side have more trumps than the other, and here you can see it's actually the dummy with more trumps, right? Because they transferred. They have 5 hearts. We have 3. So are we roughing in this hand? Are we going to take any trumps in this shorthand? And the answer is no. This is the hand that opened a no trump. It's flat as a pancake. There's no roughing value in this whatsoever. So here you can solve the question of, do I draw trump right away or do I delay it? You draw trump right away. Right? You don't have any reason not to. So you can draw it from either side of the table. I'm going to win the ace of diamonds and dummy, even though it's not going to be super important which place we win that. And now I'm going to draw some trump. And here, good news, bad news. We see this queen of hearts hop up, and we were going to finesse in the other direction because notice we don't have the 10 of hearts, right? So this wouldn't have been one of those two-way finesses where we could plunk the jack down and finesse for the queen this way because we don't have the 10. So here when we play low and they hop up with the queen, we know 2 things. The queen is gone, and they only have 1, which means left-hand opponent has 4, right? So the way I count that, I have 3 in my hand. I have 5 in dummy. That's 8. If righty has 1, that's 9. Lefty has 4. So we're solving the queen position. The problem is we're going to have a trump loser left out there as a result of this. Whoa, I guess not. Okay. So the logic of the robot comes back to bite us, but we're not unhappy about this. Here we see the robot actually follows suit, which is amazing. They hopped up with the queen for no reason. They compressed a trick, or this is what I would call trick compression. We were absolutely going to be finessing towards that. I was going to play the king of hearts and lead low to the jack next, and they were going to score that trick. But for their own reasons, they decided to part with that queen. And it might be a good play in certain situations on certain deals, but in the long run, that's a play you're not really going to see too often be successful, just parting with that card when it's unknown as to where it is. So here, we can't really pat ourselves on the back too much because we know the robots are defending at the other table as well. So we're not getting anything extra. At this point, it doesn't look like we're going to have much to do other than to try to guess the spade suit. So you can play some rounds of these cards, but this is all going to boil down to just guessing spades correctly. And I think I'm going to get to the business of that in just a moment after I play this queen of clubs. I don't want to pitch a diamond, right? And now I saw left-hand opponent pitch a spade. That's a pretty good sign here. So at this point, I could play the ace of spades and low towards the queen. I could cross over to the dummy and play a low spade towards the 10. Right, I can do a whole bunch of stuff here with this holding. You could play the queen of spades, but that's going to usually create another problem, and you're going to have to be over there. I probably, to be honest, in hindsight, should have played a spade earlier before clearing clubs, because now I can get back over there and do this more than once. I'm in my hand now, and that means that because I'm here and seeing that 9 isn't too bad, I'm going to play the ace of spades, and I'm just going to play a low spade now and see what happens. There it is. The king is on side, so we didn't lose anything by playing it the way we did. We might have given ourselves more chances, though. But they did not punish us for that, and we'll take it. It looks like we took the maximum number of tricks we could on this hand as well. So there's not much the robot can get over on us here. We have to lose at least one spade. And luckily, we lost only one spade on this deal, so plus 480. Again, I would guess that's just a chop in action with the robots. And here you notice very fast bid, right? They bid us the 2 diamonds. Don't forget, if you're playing these, make sure you look at the auction because there could be information out there, and here we see it. Right-hand opponent on this hand started with 1 heart. We overcalled 2 diamonds, which I think we can all agree is very reasonable with this hand. And it went all pass, and we got to play it in 2 diamonds. So let's take a look. Let's do some of the math we need to do when the opponents have released information. We're going to count high card points. So here we have 16 in our own hand. That is a nice, solid hand here. Our partner over there in the dummy has 8, so maybe we're a little too low here for all we know, but that's 24. And right-hand opponent opened the bidding 1 heart, so give them at least 12 points. So that's 16 plus 8 is 24, plus 12 is 36, which means on West's best day, they have 4, and the more East has, which could be up to 16, but really can only be that here because that's our value, the less West has, right? So here we see they're leading their partner's suit, obviously. They're leading the 9 of hearts, and we are going to play a low heart from dummy. And we're going to false card here and unblock at the same time, right? We're playing the king of hearts just so we can get over to this side and take that trick. But also we want to obscure the length of that suit over there. Now, the interesting part is we might be able to avoid a club loser. You guys see that? They only opened 1 heart to our right, so it's possible they have 5 cards in that suit only. However, take a look, folks. What did West lead? West led high and then low. If you didn't see the first trick, recognize the second trick is the deuce. So sometimes laziness can be overcome if you see a good card on the second round. So this 2 would suggest that West led high-low. So at this point, that's 1 lead the robot knows real good, right? The high-low lead. So at this point, I would certainly not be holding out hope that that Queen of Hearts was cashing. But I have an outside chance of making a run at this for maybe a pitch later if the opponents make a mistake. What I mean by that is I might be able to draw trump and get over there with a spade at some point to be able to pitch a club then, right? So I'm going to hold out hope that that's possible. And again, I'm hoping they make a mistake. But here, when I see a high-low lead from the robot, I trust it. And, you know, as we saw, it might come back to bite me anyway. At this point, they've set up a trick in their hand anyway for a diamond, so now it doesn't matter. I'm going to play a spade to the jack. And here, this is exactly what I'm hoping for, folks. They're giving it a chance. And recognize I've drawn trump, and I'm going to lose a diamond, but I'm going to be able to pitch a losing club at the moment I do that. And here, they didn't even rough it. So what I'm assuming is they're going to rough with the diamond, but they just pitched anyway. And now it's just over. I'm going to lose the spade I was supposed to. Surprising that it was in left-hand opponent's hand. It means righty has all the rest of the stuff, and it means they, for some reason, didn't cash their ace and their king of clubs. So at this moment, I can lead a diamond and let them take it, or I could just lead a club and let them take that, and they'll take a diamond at any point. But now the hand is over, and we will say thank you very much for making 3. They allowed us to do this because they didn't cash their tricks when they could have, right? At any point when they got in with the ace of hearts, or with the ace of spades, if they hopped up with it, they could have cleared out that suit and taken 2 clubs, 1 spade, 1 heart, and 1 diamond, right? They went to bed with one of those tricks, and we'll take it. It's a 2 diamonds making +1. Not necessarily what the robot's going to have any trouble with at the other table. The key to this one is recognizing that when lefty leads high-low, they've kind of confirmed. We can't be sure righty has 6 hearts. In fact, they've only opened 1 heart. They don't have to have that many. But when we see the 9 followed by the 2, we can come to both conclusions. Lefty led high-low, which means righty had 6, which means we should draw trump before trying to pitch on that queen of hearts. All right, let's take a look at what we're going to start with tomorrow. And here you'll see we're playing a part score. These are always the toughest ones to play. We're playing 2 spades on this hand with 5 of the small spades you'll ever have in a suit. We have a straight flush in spades, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, opposite 10, 9, 8. This is a good question to ask is, are these hands that we draw trump on or not? And I'll answer that tomorrow when you come back and take a look at this lesson. And don't forget, folks, if you are watching on YouTube and you are just signed in any way, you can actually say super thanks. And that is just by this button on the bottom of your screen. This super thanks button will allow you to say thank you in a special way by donating a small amount to this channel and the people that work so hard at it. So thank you guys so much. And thank you in advance for those super thanks. And until tomorrow, we will see how we manage this hand in 2 spades. I'll see you then, guys. Take care.